Welcome everybody to Do the Work Sports, and boy howdy do I got something for you. I used the old term, oh boy howdy, back in the 1950s on this one. I'm going to tell you something. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this. Did you see the night's game? Did you see what happened with Tennessee and the Baltimore Ravens? Does anybody really have an answer? I don't know if I got an answer, but I have a pretty good idea what happened in tonight's game. Tonight, the Tennessee Titans went to Baltimore after beating the New England Patriots at Foxborough last week. They make history and news again today. They defeat the number one seed, Baltimore Ravens, in Baltimore, 28-12. I'm going to tell you right now, if you didn't see this game, you missed out. This was an actual good game. Even though the score might not say different, it was a game that nobody expected. It was that shock factor. It was that wow factor. And I'm going to tell you guys what, I was shocked because if you look at my past video, I predicted that in order for Tennessee to win, everything had to go right, and I didn't think it was going to happen. And I figured it would be close going into halftime, which it was. And then you would see Baltimore pull away in the second half. I was wrong on that. It was Tennessee who would begin to pull away in the second half. So what happened? Let's break this down. First and foremost, the Ravens got outplayed tonight. Pure and simple. They got outplayed, and at times they got outcoached. Mike Vrabel I'm telling you what, he's proven himself to be a coaching genius, a coaching guru. He switches out Marcus Mariota in the middle of the season, puts in Ryan Tannehill. And we all know Ryan Tannehill from his Miami Dolphin days. And look, I'm not going to knock the man because look what he's done since he's came into this game. Since he came and played for Tennessee. Marcus Mariota, if he was still quarterback, I don't think you see Tennessee in the playoffs right now. Pure and simple. Now, this is a Tennessee Titans team who has Derrick Henry, who, if you let him get into the second half with the lead especially, they're going to run the clock out on you, and they're going to wear you out, and that's exactly what they did tonight. Ravens were down going into halftime. They was down 14-6. They got the ball back to start off the second half, of course. But the last time the Baltimore Ravens were down going into halftime was against the Cleveland Browns in Week 4. And guess what? They lost that game too, and that was the last time they lost. The last time they was behind. And it's proven itself to be a curse for them of some sorts, you could say. Now, this was back in Week 4 when this happened. The Baltimore Ravens have been a completely new team since then. And a lot of people, including myself, had them going to the Super Bowl. Well, not now. I'm sorry for anybody who made any bets, who had any outstanding bets. Hopefully it wasn't too crazy of a bet. Hopefully Baltimore fans, you didn't get tattoos of Baltimore winning this year's Super Bowl. I'm sure you check your social media, you're going to start seeing them pictures pop up starting tomorrow. I'm surprised. I'm in awe and I'm in shock. But when I watch the game, should I really be in awe and shock? Because one, Mark Ingram, he's still dealing with his calf injury. He had ice on it during the game. He wasn't in there on every single snap. So you knew that the running game was really going to rely heavily on Lamar Jackson. And plus, when you're behind, as far as they was falling behind, then you know that they're going to have to rely on Lamar Jackson's arms. And tonight, it just wasn't it. Lamar Jackson made some bad decisions. He had some bad ball control going on. He had 2 picks and 1 fumble. When you're in the championship game, you can't be making decisions like that. Now, granted, one of the picks was not his fault. And the fumble, it really wasn't his fault, but it was too. He escaped the sack. It must have assumed that his guy had the guy under control. And I believe it was Casey for the Tennessee Titans who stripped the ball and recovered the ball. He was trying to force plays and make plays happen. Look, Lamar Jackson, I've never seen him lose his cool. He's always looked calm and cool, even on the sidelines. But tonight was not. Tonight was a different night. The Tennessee Titans, Mike Vrabel, they got inside this young man's head. And I imagine it was the pressure of being the number one seed and you're down to a wild card seed who just barely made it into the playoffs. You're down at home. You're down at home big. You're watching Tennessee do things that you should be doing. You're not used to playing from behind. You've been dominating every team you've been going up against. He didn't have no answers. It was obvious that his coach, John Harbaugh, he didn't have no answers. All they could do is try to throw the ball. But Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson, his inexperience showed tonight. He was trying to make plays happen, force plays to happen, trying to get the ball down the field where it wasn't there, which caused one of his picks. He was trying to make things happen that just wasn't there. Instead of letting plays happen, he was trying to make the plays happen. Now, anytime in games, sports, or football, you can't do things like that. But it's just his young, inexperienced self. He wants to be the star. He wants to be the hero. He wants to win this game. He wants to go to the Super Bowl. But tonight just wasn't his night. Do I think the Baltimore Ravens are a better team than Tennessee? If you look at their history through this season, absolutely, yes, they are. When you look at them on paper, yeah, they should be. The thing was, tonight wasn't the night. And in the playoffs, you only get one shot. This isn't NBA, folks. You get one shot. If you lose, you're out. That's it. Done. Over. You don't get another chance. You move on to the next season, and that's exactly what Baltimore's going to have to do now. Baltimore also could not score and execute in the red zone. They went in halftime with only 2 field goals. They was in the red zone twice during them 2 field goals. You can't have that. You have to execute on them plays. They couldn't stop the run. The Baltimore's defense was unable to stop Derrick Henry from getting first downs. He was running average 8 yards a carry. That's average. When you're allowing 8 yards per carry average, something's wrong. And you're going to have a hard time stopping and winning a game, especially when you're already behind. On the other hand, Tennessee was doing a great job of stopping the run. Tennessee's defense, for the most part, Lamar Jackson had some big plays, but for the most part, they had Lamar Jackson intact. Lamar Jackson would break off to the outside, and you just see 3, 4 Tennessee Titan guys waiting for that tackle. And speaking of tackles and keeping Lamar Jackson in check, they had 4 sacks tonight, Tennessee did. They had none against New England. But they come into Baltimore, and they get 4 sacks on the most elusive quarterback in the game today. Tennessee Titans went in this game knowing they could win this game. They respected Baltimore. They respected what Baltimore could do. I said in one of my earlier videos this week that in order for Tennessee Titans to win, they'd have to stop Lamar Jackson and the run game. They did that. Derrick Henry would have to be on top of his game. He did that. Ryan Tannehill would have to play some of the best football of his career, and he did that. And Mike Vrabel would have to outcoach John Harbaugh, and they did that. Pure and simple, like I said at the beginning of this video. The Baltimore Ravens got outplayed tonight, folks. Now, Baltimore fans, you may not want to hear that. But the referees was hardly involved. And then when they was involved, they made the right calls. John Harbaugh got outcoached tonight. Derrick Henry threw a touchdown pass. Nobody would have expected that. You give Derrick Henry the ball, you know he's going to run it, not pass it. Passed it to Corey Davis. which, by the way, happy birthday, Corey Davis. Last week, Derrick Henry was performing on his birthday. Today, you performed on your 25th birthday and got a touchdown out of it. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Tennessee Titan fans, you have every right to be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You have every right to brag, because I guarantee you that everybody counted you out. Heck, you guys probably didn't think you were going to beat Baltimore. Let's be honest. Be honest with yourselves. And that's okay. We're in the world of sports. Be cocky now. Be confident now. You just beat the number one seed. You just beat the number one team in the NFL league. They was number one seed for a reason. This game tonight was a statement. You said, look, our win against New England was not a fluke. Our win against New England was the real deal. And tonight we've showed you and we proved it. By the way, Tennessee Titans, you're winning on the road. You're going to hostile environments and you're outplaying the home field. You have every right now to be saying, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. I'm going to tell you right now, I said it and I knew it when you put Ryan Tannehill in. I was skeptical, but when I was watching him play, I said it. The Tennessee Titans, when it was a competition between Tennessee and the Pittsburgh Steelers getting into the playoffs, the Tennessee Titans was the better team. And so far, you've proven me right on that. The Tennessee Titans have been the better team. The Tennessee Titans have been the better team against New England and against Baltimore. Right now, the Tennessee Titans are the hottest football team in the league. You know what they say, when you're hot, you get hot at the right times. And right now, Tennessee Titans have gotten hot at the right time. They went in now, and now they're going to be playing for the AFC Championship game. And if they win that, they're going to the Super Bowl. Who would have thought it? Certainly not I. I'm going to be the first one to admit that, not me. I didn't see that happening. No way, Jose. I always said they got 4 sacks on Lamar Jackson. Other things that happened in execution. 4 failed 4th down attempts. 2 of them were early in the game where they was 4th and 1. Lamar Jackson couldn't get it done. They failed a 2-point conversion. That was after they scored the lone touchdown. They was trying to get back in it, and you could just feel that the momentum was not on the Baltimore Ravens side tonight. I get the sense that Baltimore was not playing their game. They was playing Tennessee's game. Tennessee went in there and made Baltimore play Tennessee football. And that defense of Tennessee showed up in a big way tonight. And I'm going to tell you right now, whoever wins between Kansas City and the Houston Texans tomorrow, you better do your homework and you better be ready. Don't overlook these guys. In Tennessee, don't get over. You keep that same mindset that you've had these last 2 games that's worked so well for you, and you're going to do very well. Because you're not playing a team with the defense of New England, and that's nothing. You got the Tennessee Titans have beaten teams that had some of the best defense in the league. I think Baltimore's 4th. New England was number 1 or number 2. So you're going in there and you're scoring points on these guys that have very good defenses, regardless of who you play next week. I don't quite know where the ranking is at hand. I think it's like 15th and 28th on defenses. 15th being the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, you better look out. Whoever plays Tennessee next week, you better be ready. And you better be ready to stop Derrick Henry. If you can't stop Derrick Henry, then you're not going to win that game, most likely. But I wanted to bring this video to everybody first. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys like this content, hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that subscribe button. That way you always get the first look at my videos when they come out. Also, what do you guys think happened in this game? Why do you think that Baltimore lost? What really happened? Let me hear your opinions. Put it in the comments section. I promise you I'll read it. Your opinions matter here on this site. So tell me what you guys think. Did Lamar Jackson live up to the hype this year? Are the Tennessee Titans going to the Super Bowl? Let me know. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys later on He'll Do the Work.